Bulabinaka. My name is Henry Matai, and I'm a lot of things, but I'm also a illustrator and artist based here in Suva, Fiji. I love to draw people who look like me and who look like my relatives and the people that I know.
We had an opportunity to sit down with Henry Matai to share his life journey and challenges of being an artist here in Fiji.
Well, hello, my name is Henry Matai. I am 24 years old. I am from Nandolia Dreketi Rewa with maternal links to Malo Nandronga. I am a final year student in FNU, currently pursuing a Bachelor's of Science in Biology and Chemistry. I also work part-time as a radio presenter with Gold FM at FBC.
As scholars say, children grow spontaneously and begin to show their own backgrounds, interests, and experiences in their drawings. They draw what they know. Henry, at the age of 5, began working with plasticine, which built up strength in his little fingers and hand. For Henry, this helped him to start drawing using stick figures.
I started drawing when I was about, I think the earliest memory I have of drawing is 5 years old. Yeah, I usually just started out with stick figures. Then I would work on plasticine, making things out of plasticine, and then it just started getting more into drawing with a pen and paper because I would just sit next to my dad while he worked, and then I would try to find something equally important to my tiny little baby brain to do. But yeah, I'd find something important to do next to my dad, and so I just got into drawing, and it just stuck throughout my time. I just wanted little Fijian boys and girls to be able to see themselves in media, in illustration, and I just really wanted for them to be able to see themselves in art and to know that there's beauty and there's there's beauty and indigenous beauty in fantasy and magical stories. And so I really just want to be able to create that for people. And yeah, that's one of my biggest motivators, the stories that I heard growing up, the stories that I want to tell myself.
Henry continued to share about his motivations and inspiration for his artwork. He then shared with us about the loss of his mother, who played a vital role in Henry's upbringing, and how the grieving period inspired one of his emotional art pieces he has made to date.
This one's called Even in My Dreams There's a Knowing That You've Left. And for me, when I create art pieces, I usually start out by writing something. Whatever emotion I'm feeling at the time, there's going to be something that I'll write down about it. For this one, I was especially sad because I'm still grieving the loss of my mother. I lost her around December last year, and so this time grief was sort of really taking a bit of a turn on me. So yeah, this was what that drawing represented, me grieving, looking in a mirror and just knowing that I truly am by myself here. I don't have my mom to give me advice.
Creating art releases most of Henry's sadness, tears, anger, and hurt. Looking back fondly at his art, Henry heals in a way. Luciana Muamua, who met Henry through Student Life, an organization for young people who share God's love, discovered through their friendship that Henry is many things.
So I met Henry through that. He was 18, 19, and I knew him first through his baking. He loves to bake. He can bake brownies and other things. And also through just him being him. He, to be honest, at first I thought he was an introvert because he doesn't talk much but just hangs out with the guys. And then I found out he went to Marist in high school, and then it was oh yeah, I understand why he's like that. But then through Student Life, where we got to fellowship, got to know each other, that's where we got to know that Henry is an artist, not only through drawing, but through singing as well. So we sing together with Henry. And then from there, that's how our friendship grew. But how I knew he really loves to draw is one time we went out for lunch. While I was talking to him, he pulled out his book and paper and started drawing in the restaurant. So he was just lost while we were waiting for food. That's where he started to draw, and he finished the drawing like within that hour or two when we were eating, we were having lunch. So he's quite a talented guy, not only just through drawing, through singing, and well, he's got a big heart as well.
Laila Akita once said, and I quote, "The excitement of dreams coming true is beyond the description of words," unquote. Henry felt so when 2 paintings of his were showcased at a local art gallery based in Suva.
Ever since I started drawing, I've always wanted my art to be to physically hang up on a wall. And so for that being the first time especially, it really is a dream come true. And yeah, I just can't wait to do it a bit more.
Henry shared with us his advice to individuals wishing to pursue art full-time or as a hobby.
A lot of times when you're creative, your family tells you to focus on something that gets you money, you know? It's a very Fijian thing to do. But I stuck by it, and even after giving it up for a while, I always just came back to it. And I think that's advice I'd love to give to them, to just continue to do what you love, because at the end of the day, it really is what gives you joy. Because for me, art gives me so much joy.
Inspired by literature writings, visual media, family and friends, Henry's journey as an artist has ingrained a love for storytelling and speaking to people in a way that only art can express. This documentary has been compiled and edited for Wansolwara TV.